There is a country beyond that which is known to humankind. A stray country. A country that exists west of October, whose borders are somewhere between midnight train whistles and the distant howl of a dog. A country that lies somewhere in the stitched and jittering static between radio stations. A country that drifts through America like a traveling salesman, but every now and then stops to nest on a small town, a small church, a single street, and maybe, just maybe, some kind of delayed radio broadcast you've stuffed in your ears. Chapter 37. Slinging static from between the dials. The janitor flung open the closet door. A rectangle of light leaked into the hall. A janitor stood in swinging bulb country, looking a long hall, watching a corner. A sound coming their way just past the junior high turnpike. Something that sounded like a shattered bottle being swept down the hall. But the janitor was not out corralling trash. No. The janitor was here. He was the janitor. His cold cigarette hung very, very still on his lips. And the sound kept on coming. Sounded like someone trying to tune into a radio broadcast, fumbling the dial, leaving the air full of television storms. Coming closer, nearer, closer, dragging a squelchy cocktail of out-of-sync radio waves. The condition of broke things, the horror story of businessmen, chainsaw salutes to the old agrarian republics, sweet whisperings of a machine in your ear, nearer, the length of a junior high hall could not shut it up, closer, bringing the noise of the world into the shut-down halls. Get out of here, boys. The boys blinked. They did not swim the dark. It was bathtub warm under the glow of the incandescent inside the janitor closet. Boys. It came around the corner a half-mile away by horsefly metrics, tumbled against the grass, smeared itself into the wall like it wanted to say something by bag body language. And the janitor thought he heard a voice in the static. Didn't hear a voice. No, couldn't have, no. But if he had, it was a voice he had heard before. Clips from Roosevelt's fireside chats and radio DJs jockeying the long nights. A Vietnam death report from the CBS Evening News. Kent State dead. The Challenger exploding. A canned laugh from a sitcom. A catchphrase from a character. Eddie Haskell. Maybe. Who could tell? Who could say? Something he had thought he had heard on Father Knows Best. Something Elvis might have said off mic, but too damn near to be forgotten. Yes, the janitor thought he heard the sack say something, but knew he didn't. No, knew it was only the slush pile of recorded American radio. Slag memories slung together, stitched together, yes, because white plastic sacks don't have throats. And things without throats don't talk. But it sounded like something tapped into the oil well of recorded communal audio. Everything since Edison sang Mary Had a Little Lamb. Everything phonographed and gramophoned and voxophoned and radioed and televisioned and film smashed and VCR'd and answering machined and telephone operators. Like the white plastic sack was some kind of cemetery for the century of radio and film. A black hole for all the forgotten things said on radio waves. Something that spoke through the garbage bin of yesterday's radio broadcast. But what had it said? What would a white plastic bag say? The eagle has asked not what your country, portrait of a bush league Fuhrer, America. I have a dream. It is the evil empire in the house of the rising Mr. Cleaver, a nickel and dime man, Mr. Gorbachev. Since my baby, pumping out the hits, 1099, a dark room squint at a world. Sunlight has never gone through him. Color. We will build a Marine Corps out of. On the air, I am your atom. I certainly hope no one slaughters the little fellow. What would a white plastic bag say? Nothing we hadn't slurred into our microphones. Boys, the janitor whispered. The boys blinking from the glow of the well-lit room. Would not, could not, would not, could not, would not join the dance. I'll fall over my own shadow, thought Billy. Trip over the dark like shoelaces, thought Jack. The sack twitched against the wall, fell limp, stumbled, and sat squat. Sitting, staring, from the middle of the hall. Boys, the janitor's tone was running on a different kind of gasoline. Billy wanted to follow Jack. Jack wanted to follow Billy. Neither moved. The sack sat at the long end of the hall. The janitor stood in the deep end of the hall. 333 tiles between clay silhouette and plastic pirouette. The janitor's fingers itched. The sack handles flickered. The janitor chewed the end of his cigarette. The sack mimicked the cracking of cellophane. The janitor's eyes narrowed. The sack filled softly with shape. The spit of bottled sun spilt from janitorial closet. The light bulb swung like empty playground toys. Long, yellow rectangle. Short, golden square. The tide of swinging bulb country. Back and forth, like a swing set in the wind. Boys. But the dark feels like winter, thought Billy. But the light feels like my warm bed, thought Jack. The janitor rolled his fingers. The sack shimmered. The junior high hall stretched long in the night. Boys. Just a few more minutes, thought Billy. I'll pretend I'm still asleep, thought Jack. The light bulb, the only thing moving. Long, yellow rectangle. Short, golden square. The janitor held still. The plastic sack did not move. The light bulb swayed. Back and forth. Back and forth. Long, yellow rectangle. Short, golden square. Tap, tap, went the pull chain on the bulb. Long, yellow rectangle. Short, golden square. One man in janitorial blue spoiling the scene. One sack of nothing stew mocking the silver screen. Long yellow rectangle. Short golden square. Boys. His tone was running low on fuel. Would not, could not. Long yellow rectangle. Short golden square. Boys. His voice didn't like the odds of this duel. Would not, could not. Long yellow rectangle. Short golden square. Boys. His throat begging last year's sunset into the school. Would not, could not.